Heini. Heinrich.
Van South Africa.
Call the team the Bockies once and
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon. Just running around a bit. And I had to decide between the 19s and 24s and ended up on the under 19 substitution commentating box. To all the parents back home. Under 19s playing GB. This is game 140. GB against under 19 women. South Africa playing black, GB playing white. With South Africa having 9 players in this South African under 19 team, playing a full card of packs. And we know GB is a very strong team, but South Africa would love to win this one, as this is a game that we need. Right, so in court A, South Africa early on. Are they in the attack? No, GB's on the attack. Up against the far side of the wall. GB getting the puck out from the offside player into the open area, and GB rounding it off with 1.5 minutes gone in the first half. Right, here in Sheffield, the weather has been kind today. Not much rain. Just normal overcast with now and then open skies, with Abby scoring the first goal here with 2 minutes gone in the first half. Well done to Abby. Abby is number 9. puck placed in the middle of the pool. Refs are ready. South Africa is ready. Good kick-off by South Africa as they start this play. A good turn, small little curl picked up by the South African wing. Hard drive on the far side of the pool here underneath the camera. Picked up by South Africa again. Good curl, good opening up, good skills there by South African players. And unfortunately intercepted by, I hope it's not Rachel, because I've seen her play before, and Rachel is a very good swimmer. GB got some very, very, very fast swimmers here, so we don't want to open it up too much, just enough for the South African players to stay in control. Underneath the substitution box there of GB, South Africa in a very good position in the half of GB, picked up by South Africa again, swimming down the far side of the pool, picked up by South Africa. Oh, good defensive play by GB, well done girls. Playing down the far side of the pool against the barrier. South Africa trying their best to open space. Still there, still in a very good position. Let's see if I can get the numbers for you guys. But Amy Costlin, Lurie van der Walt, the vice captain, Angela Moss. Her mom just joined us today. Welcome to Angela's mom joining us here. Shantay Bresler, captain. Abigail Dowries, Zoe Lundia, Gemma Miller, Jana Zitlo, and Bronman Gebhardt. Into open play, the GB girls are prepared to open it up. Swimming into open area, picked up by the GB wing here. Working it up, number 8. Well done there to Victoria Crawford. Still hard swimming. Fins well marked. And good support there by the GB team. Number 6 there for GB, Tegan Alexander. And South Africa just not be able to capitalize on that jab that they had there, getting the puck through. If they can get it onto the intercepted, if they had it onto that open side player, it would have been a different story. As we see South Africa not allowing the GB players to come back into their half. Number 6 there for South Africa, Shantay Bresler doing very well. Hard drive here by South Africa against the wall. Good play there by number 3, Lurie van der Walt. Again, very prominent in all the matches. Number 9, Zono Dia, going up as the infringement's called. What a privilege to watch all these matches and to commentate on some of them. As South Africa are 1-0 down with the early goal conceded against South Africa. Hard drive by GB, and off they go. Buck of water to South Africa for that infringement called by the GB girls. Big GB girls swimming here. Looked like number 8, Victoria Crawford. I'm not sure the number, but Mommy, you'll recognize her. Trying to flick it underneath the body. Picked up by South Africa. Quick put down. Good swim here by South Africa. Brilliant play. And still going. That's what we want to see. Good defensive play by GB. Just taking it off cleanly from the stick, but infringement call for... Stoppage call for an earlier infringement. Ref number 9. Putting the puck where the infringement took place. So it's called against the South Africa team. Down they go again. Good flick over the South African outstretched arm there. Picked up by the GB players. Unfortunately for them, couldn't capitalize on a good position. Again, Lurie van der Walt, number 3 from South Africa. The vice captain, number 7 coming in. Abigail Dowries working it up. And Abigail making space for number 13, Jana Zitlo. Drive here by number 6, Shantay Bresler against the wall. Number 3 coming in again, Lurie van der Walt, the vice captain. As we see number 9 from GB, Abby Calvert coming into play there. For the GB listeners, thank you very much for putting this tournament together. All the viewers. South Africa get the puck out into open space, and let's see if they can get support in the middle bath. Unfortunately, a bit slow to come down, and that drive stopped by a good defensive play. More due to the fact that South Africa didn't have somebody on the inside, as the South African player turned and couldn't offload. Right, small little jinx. Good play by South Africa. Beautiful play. Lovely game to commentate on. Good play by GB, taken off there by number 9 again, Abby Calvert, very prominent in this match as an infringement gets called. with 8 minutes left in the first half, and ref positioning it where the infringement take place. So it's a call goes South Africa's way. As you see, the third ref placing the puck gets his position behind the attacking team, and down South Africa go. Beautiful play by South Africa. GB again picking it up. Number 4 from GB, Rochelle Davis. Luckily we haven't seen her too prominent in this game as we've seen previously. She's a no-nonsense swimmer. She takes it and she swims. And a turn by South Africa. Good turn. Picked up by number 13 from GB. Daisy, beautiful play Daisy. Number 3 South Africa, Lurie van der Walt, the vice captain, the captain again. Hard swim into the open play area. Putting a lot of pressure on the defence. She just, beautiful defence. Oh! By GB, as we had a for sure goal there with South Africa's speedster behind the defender. Unfortunately, really couldn't get it through. Well done there to the GB defender. South Africa again, Shantae. Unfortunately, the flick goes into open play, and it's a 50-50. There she goes. I'm sure that is Rachel. Picked up by the next speedster from GB. A lot of pressure on the South African defence. No way you can stop that. 2 hard swims after South Africa were in an excellent position. But unfortunately, these 2 GB ladies, first Rochelle, and let's see who scored the goal. And GB up 2-0 after South Africa had opportunity to score earlier on in the match. As no name comes up on the screen, sorry there. Right, so the pavilion, nice and full from spectators on court A, and the Daisy, number 13, scoring the goal after picking it up from a good swim by Rachel. Daisy Wright, well done, 2-0 up, black timeout, so Kevin has decided to call the ladies one side and tell them, you had the opportunity, you need to finish, you're playing well, but when you get into that D zone of GB, you need to finish it off, girls. Kevin Langston, the coach of the South African national team, his wife Yvette is here, and their 2 daughters are playing in the 24 league. Olivia and Kendra, very involved in underwater hockey at the Christchurch Underwater Hockey Club in Midrand, and a very successful coach who's won numerous national tournaments with these teams. And we start with 6 minutes to go in this first half. South Africa take the kick off again, and GB allowing the South Africans to come onto them, playing going to the far side of the pool, and the GB just driving it to the wall, and then up the wall she goes again. That looks like Rochelle, and if she can offload, there'll be a lot of pressure on the South African defence. Oh, can't see much of the play there. A lot of bodies down. South Africa pick it up. Good defence there by South Africa, and they swim it out to the corner with 5 minutes 40 seconds to go. Well done, South Africa. And another hard flick into the open area. The GB girl in a very good position. Fortunately for South Africa, they can't get the puck out onto that forward of GB. Good flick, good open play, and if they can go swimming, off they go. Just a small little fumble there. As we have play going into the half of GB, just getting our panning of our cameras right. Who's managing that? Right, and we've got it right. We're online again. Nearly we had a heartbeat stop back home there. And GB stopping that wave. Playing up against the wall there. Good play by GB. Hard swim. And if you don't stop her early, she keeps going. And South Africa fortunately can stop one player. Next player coming, and a small little jab to the inside, and finished off by GB. South Africa have their opportunities, they have their moments. Always difficult without only 9 players in. So we've had Daisy scoring a goal. I didn't pick up the first goal. And number 3, Ella Tomlinson, scoring the third goal. Ella has got the same swimming style as Rachel, hard swimmers. Long flowing hair. South Africa taking the kick-off with 4 minutes to go. Hard swim onto the puck, flicks it onto the stick of the GB lady. GB bringing it back, trying to open up space because they see that works for them. Good pick up by the left-handed GB player. Good swim there. Another wave coming. And down she goes. A lot of pressure on the South African defence. Another hard drive here and onto the South African defender's stick. And GB trying to steal it off the stick. An infringement called. There was probably 5-6 minutes play without any infringements except for the goal that was scored, which caused the stoppage. But besides that, good play by GB and South Africa as GB get the advantage puck. 7 meters out on the 2 meter line. Hard swim, just a small little flick and chase, picked up by South Africa, taking it to the far side. And good play there from the South African defender, staying down, going into the corner. 3 minutes to go in the first half. South Africa down 3-0. Game 140. GB coming again. The GB girls causing an upset today. Up and just a small little chip and chase, picked up and finished off 4-0. Well done GB with 2.5 minutes to go. Goal gets confirmed by all 3 refs. And let's see where this will go. This goal will be awarded to, we've had Daisy scoring, Ella scoring, and Abby, number 9. Well done, Abby Calvert. I'm sure your parents are in the pavilion. 2 minutes to go with South Africa scoring. No goals so far. They've had the opportunity. South Africa again winning the strike. Small little turn into open play. If she can pick it up, will put pressure on the GB defence. Unfortunately for South Africa, once again picked up by the GB ladies. Another flick out to the open play area just to win time. Number 14 coming into play there for South Africa, Bronwyn Gebhardt. Number 7 there for South Africa, Abigail Jowry is trying to stop that move. Again, Abby staying down. Beautiful play there by Abby. Not allowing a lot of movement. Number 13 again, Zana Zitlow. She's coming from the Eastern Cape in PE. Very proud moment for her parents as you see your daughter doing some good work there. And a drive up against the wall with 1 minute 11 seconds to go. 1-1. I believe in cricket that is not a good number to have, as usually a wicket falls when you've got 111 on the scoreboard. 58 seconds to go. Stoppage in play as the ref swims down. Ref number 30 looks for the position indicated by the ref who stopped the play due to infringement. White time out. GB calls a time out in the last 47 seconds. And for South Africa, we have Amy Costlin, Lurie van der Walt, Angela Moss, Chantay Bresler, Abigail Dowry, Zono Dia, Gemma Miller, Zana Zitlow, Bronwyn Gebhardt representing South Africa. I haven't got the players sitting out for GB, but it's Megan Cullinan, Ella Thomason, Rachel Davis, Abigail Hibbert, Tegan Alexander, Chloe Edwards, Victoria Crawford, Abby Calvert, Yasmin Lydiat, Rosie Venter, Paul Winter, and Daisy Wright, one of our goal scorers. With 15 seconds to go, the whistle will go by the chief ref, indicating for the players to get back in the substitution box if it's necessary, but definitely the refs need to get the coaches need to get out of the playing area, as only 6 players per team is allowed, and 3 refs. Right, South Africa advantage puck, 44 seconds to go. Hard drive into the middle open play area. South Africa would like to end on a high, and what better way to end than scoring a goal, being 4-0 down, picked up by GB. That left-handed goal, number 4, Rachel Davis. And again, GB getting into a good position. Good play there by South Africa. Stopped by the ref. And let's see if we can get South Africa on a drive again, as we only have 12 seconds to go. That should be the score for the first half. 4-0 and game 140. Down South Africa goes again. Let's see if they can get the puck away. Good flick there, good pick up by GB. Right, that is the first half. I will then move over to the commentating box just to get some coverage on the under 24 ladies against France. Thank you very much. Parents back home are squealing. Good, thank you.
Do you want me to go in and pull that to middle? Make more sense to pull it to middle.
That's alright.
Is it in middle?
No, thank you.
Right, thank you.
Was South Africa, New Zealand, what was their score?
South Africa, New Zealand.
Yeah, under 24 men.
1-5.
And the next one in that court afterwards.
10-0 to New Zealand. That was the under 19 GBR.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much, Felipe. Commentating the first half here on his own as we have
He's run away. He's run away. Guess it's down to you, Edwin.
Henrik's a very popular guy.
He's not very popular.
He is.
He is.
2 quarts.
I think he's accepted that this go off from that side.
Welcome back to the second half of the South Africa versus GB game. Henrik has run off to the second pool to commentate there, which was a game he actually came in to do as we restart. Currently it's 4-0 to GB, who are in the white, versus South Africa, who are playing black this game. This player moves to the far side of the pool. GB were looking to build on the 4-0 lead they had from the first half. Some very good play from them. South Africa trying to slow them down as much as possible. Actually, South Africa are actually the ones doing the attacking at the moment. Just trying to get my orientation right. GB take it to the near side wall and drive it up there, which has been one of their strengths. They flick it inside to one of their centre forwards, who's a very strong swim, and there we go. Sporting player again from GB, another strong swim, another 4-5 metres made. They pass to another player who continues on the 45. Big sprint here from around the outside. They're blocked off, but they've killed and fed it back into another player, and it's gone into the far corner of the goal. South Africa scrambling to get it out. 2 defenders there. GB have driven them back. Is that a goal? Let's go to the referees for confirmation. No goal given. The call is against GB. Didn't catch what the call was for. So a reprieve there for South Africa as they have an advantage puck on the 5 metre line. In the first instance is to try and swim it out. Strong swim up here on the near side. As GB come round and cut them off and try and drive back to the South African goal. They do so with 2 players in support. Player moving to the far side of the pool. And South Africa are trying everything they can to stop that puck from coming through, and in fact have gained possession and making ground back up to almost up to halfway. GB and South Africa having a very even tussle here across the full width of the pool. Neither team making much ground. Shows you how evenly they can be matched. It's now on the wall. South Africa moving it up the near side. Now a third of the way into GB territory. All that persistent work in the middle pool is making good progress for them, and they're getting rewarded for it. As they approach the closest they've been to the GB goal. But GB have managed to secure it and have swum it off straight up, back up the middle. Nice strong swim there, but South Africa has recovered it and have pushed in towards the edge of the goal. Referees are making a call. They are signalling, checking, and confirm it is a goal for South Africa. 4 minutes into the first half, and South Africa have scored a goal, winning confirmation on the hat number. Abigail, number 7 for South Africa, has entered them onto the scoreboard. As we restart. Again, very even tussle on the restart. GB have the advantage this time though round. They're swinging it round, moving it left and right. It seems to be splitting the South African defence as they make a surge towards the South African goal. There's a very strong swim there from GB. From their, what are their players? And it looks like number 3 has scored for GB, giving them their 5th goal. And that was number 3, Ella Tomlinson. We have a timeout being signalled. And it is. Crowds in the stadium going very vocal support of their teams. Lots of action happening here on both sides, in both pools.
I really could be working on my oldest project, but I'm not going to have time. I'm not going to have time.
Players and coaches just exiting the water, getting ready for the restart as the timeout ends. 10 minutes to go, left in the half. Very even tussle there on the start. It's gone to the far side of the wall. Just shows you how at times these teams are so evenly matched. South Africa are making the break down the side there. Managed to go around the core GB players. GB have secured it and taken it to the wall, prevented it from coming any further. They're playing just outside the GB subspin. It's coming around the back here. British players trying to swim it round, but GB doing so, and South Africa trying their best to stifle it and so they can keep on the attack as it comes close to the side. GB trying to bring it across the pool. good hard battles from both sides. It's gone back to the far side again. GB slowly making ground. Just crossing over the halfway mark. I've seen 2-3 South African players there ready to stop the GB if they can, but they've not been successful this time as GB make a quick break towards the goal. South Africa have been lucky and managed to drive it into the corner and stifle that attack. We have big flick there from GB towards the goal centre as they tussle on the edge of the goal. Been forced to play it across their goal, and GB have managed to push it in. Get confirmation from the referees. No, they're calling a foul against GB. It'll be advantage puck to South Africa, offering South Africa some breathing space. So they're getting ready to restart as they take it out to the far wall. Play just in front of the sub spin. Both teams got 3-4 players down as they cycle through and try and gain control so they can make progress towards scoring. Oh, and we have another call from the referees. Looks like another advantage puck in favour of the South Africans. Apologies for that slight break there. South Africa have made good ground out of that advantage puck. Move and play up towards the GB subsplit. However, GB have managed to get it back and are trying to bring it round. Big strong swim here up the outside by GB. That's their, looks like their vice captain. Number 2, making very good ground there. She's doing well. Takes 2 South African players to tackle her. As she feeds, it's been fed on the inside now. GB have got 2 players in there going for the left-hand side of the bin. And the referees are signalling. And confirmation, it's a goal. It was a brilliant swim there by GB. By their vice captain. Let's see if I can get the game sheet and get a name for who did that very good swim. Oh, I think that was Megan. I could be wrong, and the goal has been scored by Daisy Wright. South Africa first to the puck on the restart. Flick going to the far side. Towards the far side is GB gather it in. Another strong tussle by both teams on the far side of the pool. Neither making good ground, but hoping to. Lots of back tackles happening. South Africa slowly making ground towards the GB end of the goal. They're bringing it in now. They're only 2-3 metres out from the goal. But GB have managed to break it away, take it away, and they're back out in front of their subspin. But South Africa continue with determination, bringing it back in towards the GB wall. It's amazing, these long shots. You can see how the players are cycling through, and shows you how hard they're working. The next player coming in to support the first. As GB have got it, one-on-one situation, and the buzzer's gone. Must have something happening prior to that break. As the referees set up an advantage puck against Great Britain. South Africa would love to capitalise on this as they get themselves ready. Oops. More signals on top, and we have a timeout for White. Great Britain have called a timeout. Give them a chance to settle it down and restructure themselves to prevent South Africa scoring a second goal here. Might not make much difference to the game, but it would certainly do South Africa's a big boost if they could score. Got 15 seconds left in the timeout. Referees just signal with a whistle, telling the surplus players and coaches to exit the play area and get ready for the restart. 6 players each. South Africa ready, and they're off. Taking the puck, they're driving it down towards the centre. Trying to get it towards the GB goal. It's gone to the far wall. GB will have the slight advantage here with being playing right next to their sub-spin, or close to it. They'll be able to cycle through their players quite quickly if they need to. Neither team giving any quarter. Oh, as we have a GB have made some ground here, they've broken out. They've come into the near side. 2 very strong swims have managed to break it out and take it away from the main group of players. GB number 11 and the South African captain, or vice captain number 6, tussling it out on the wall here on this side. South Africa number 7 now has got the puck, trying to retain possession, and they're taking it back across the pool, seeing if they can find a crack in the GB defence, and they certainly have, making ground now. There's a brilliant play by number 7 from South Africa. It's forwarded, flicks it onto one of their players, and 2 GB players have come down and stopped the attack, as number 13 from GB now tries to take it up the wall. Play moving back out the centre of the pool. GB have made lots of ground there, back up to halfway. Now play now moves to the far side. GB still circling around, cutting through on the 45s, trying to change direction to see if they can crack open the hard South African defence. South Africa have possession now. That's their turn to try and run it on the 45. GB have gained it back, making good grounds. Big flick forward there for the GB winger, who's trying her best to get it in the goal. She's moving closer and closer all the time. It's right on the edge there now. We've got lots of players in support there helping out to either side. GB brought it out to the corner, only to be thumped by a GB player. And it goes back in again. Another brilliant defence by South Africa. Players rotating around, bringing it out. And there's the chink in the armour. Small gap there left open, and GB capitalised, bringing the puck round to the player and slotting it in. That's a goal. I'm not sure if it's number 2. Well, no, it's number 3 again. Ella Thompson. Well done, Ella. The right place, the right time, supporting her teammates. Has got her another notch in the handle on the spreadsheet in terms of another goal for her. So they will go first to the puck, going to their far left, to the left on the far side of the pool, where they've got 3 players in support as they try and drive it through. Again, both teams tussling, very even. GB slowly making ground, just short of the South African sub-spin. South African players been drawn into the wall. Plays now on the far corner. GB swinging it round. Big strong swim here for the GB players, flicking it forward. That was a good move by one of their backs. Takes it onto the far corner, though with buzzers gone. Referees are confirming, and yes, even though it looked like South Africa had defended it, it did in fact go in the goal, and the goal has been awarded to GB. Shortly we'll see the cap number come up on the screen. Well, that's time over. Game over. End of game. Didn't realise it was crept up on us that quickly. Not sure what's happened to the scores there. It was showing 7-1. It's now 9-1. Either way, a solid win for South Africa. Oh, sorry, for Great Britain against South Africa. Get my teams mixed there. Both teams will be very proud of their performance. Both teams fighting very hard. And credit to both teams as to how few calls there were. And I don't think anyone spent any time in the bin, which shows that the how clean and they were trying to play. And that brings an end to the round robin game 1-4-0 of South Africa 1 versus Great Britain 9. Down to 90 moments. Thank you very much.